Last but not least is Jevron Epstein representing Virginia Commonwealth University.
Do I just tuck this in?
Put it in your pocket.
Can I put it in my pocket? Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Okay, I arrived in America and 3 big things happened to me that I want to share with you. On the first day, I got hit by a car. I'm fine. 2 weeks later, I get bitten by the 2nd most venomous spider in America. I'm still fine. And the third thing is, I came to America to realize why I was African. On the second day that I arrived, we had arrived at a restaurant. And at the restaurant, I sat down with my peers. And someone came up to me and said to me, "I'm sorry, sir, you can't sit here. This is for the fellows only." And I understand it. And you know what? Then it realized, I asked myself, I said, "Jeff, that's the 4th thing." So I decided, I said, I need to.
You want me to hold it?
Thank you very much. Good job. Okay, so I decided to write myself a letter.
That could be fixed from there.
Is there a way to fix his mic?
Okay, I'll just speak loudly. It's fine. Don't worry. Can you hear me now?
That could fix from there.
No, leave it. Leave the mic.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Can you hear me at the back? I decided to write myself a letter to explain to myself what my life meant, what my life means in Africa, and what your lives mean. I was born, so I'm going to read this letter to you because it's important. It puts my feelings down and it will keep me straight and narrow. I was born into a life of prosperity, a life that offered me the ability to acquire crucial skills and an understanding in not only my life, but the world around me and what it has to offer. I lived the dream that every parent in this room wants for their child. I attended private schools, and I lived a childhood free of persecution and marginalization. I was surrounded by support and sheltered to the malicious past that my very neighbors in this room had experienced. My life has been filled with opportunities. If I was to say that these opportunities were given to me, I would be lying. What I can say is that I was afforded the ability to understand what an opportunity is and to take advantage. As you are essentially who you create yourself to be, and all that occurs in your life is a result of your own making. What this all means is that I was afforded a special right. This is the definition of privilege. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My father, a boy that grew up in an orphanage in Cape Town, a boy whose education was in a language not of his own, a boy who was snuck into South Africa on the back of a cattle truck fleeing from Poland with his 2 siblings and his mother, a boy whose grandparents had been captured and slaughtered at Auschwitz, a boy who witnessed his father being murdered at a young age whilst trying to protect his family, a boy who was taught to beg to spare his life, a boy who was born into a world created by Nazi Germany. This Jew grew up in a world where he was tormented, marginalized, and abused. This boy had to fight his way through life. This boy was fueled by hate, resentment, and anger. This boy who lived a life defined by uncertainty and discomfort. A boy who will never settle. A boy who would only get to know the word opportunity too late in life. This boy had no privilege. What these 2 cases teach us is that opportunity to change the very world we live in is just 1 generation away. I am not my father. I cannot talk of how to sacrifice, how to move on, how to forgive, as I did not have to. My words and my experience do not represent the challenge that every single one of you face. Where I do talk from is the easy part. It is not the journey, but the destination. We can change not only the lives of our children, but the lives of all Africans, and even more, all marginalized human beings. The people who sit in this room today are the future. They hold the solution to the broken world we live in today. I am African, and yes, even though I'm slightly lighter than most people, I am African because I understand that I am part of the solution, but also part of the problem. Only when you know where you are coming from can you understand where you're going. My privilege will not be my silence. It will not make me part of the problem. Our opportunity is now. Never will we be more ready than we are today. My father understood this. He understood what opportunity meant. He sacrificed his life so that I could have both love and respect. Opportunity gives us hope. As Africans, we need to stand together and we need to create the world that we want to live in. Thank you.